Alright, so it's a nice rainy day here in Tennessee, and as you may or may not be able to see, we've moved the truck. I've got several drips coming off of my roof now. They're right down the ridge cap in the center, meaning the center of the roof, highest part. They're dripping off the nails where the shingles were installed. And I don't have time or resources or the cash right now to go and fix my roof, so I took the next best step, which is just get all the bare metal stuff out of where it's dripping. So we're going to be working on the truck back here now. In the back half of the garage, which is fine. So we got it all locked up now with our cylinder heads and whatnot, so let's show you a couple things we did to get that to happen, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we got them all pressure washed and some soap through them. We'll have to see what they look like once they're dry. I'm sure I'll have to go back over them with some thinners or some kind of solvent and clean all the oils off, but they just need to be good enough to use for mock-up and see if there's any obvious cracks or anything in them. So we're gonna let those dry, as well as myself. All right, so as you can see behind me, we've got it set in place, or in situ, as some people may say. And I thought for grits and vittles, I might just go ahead and throw on this level to show you guys how high this engine is sitting compared to the fenders. There's a little bit of a crown in the hood, so I'm figuring the hood's probably up somewhere around this, well, maybe somewhere around this area at this point. But it's still not a lot of room for valve covers. They probably will fit under the hood. Maybe, maybe not. Plus, this is farther forward than it's going to be. When I move it backwards, the hood gets higher as it goes to the back. So I think we'll be okay. But as you can see, that's something else we got to think about. So now that we got that sitting there, we got those sitting there. Figure your carbs are going to end up about here. And I'm probably going to run some kind of a scoop on top of that. So we'll probably be in this area when we're all done. But I've got a few inches in the back for shoving it back as far as the rain gutters, the grill in front of the windshield. I may have to cut into that a bit, and if I do, I'm going to have to repaint it to look like the original. So we'll see where everything lands and if I have to do that or not. I'm also going to have to do something custom with the wipers, I'm sure, because the stock transmission's not going to fit in the same spot with the engine there. So we'll see. The other thing is the transmission tunnel's got to come up about 8 inches to accommodate this setup. Now, we can go down an inch on this. I left myself about 1.5 inches of clearance in case I ever wanted to go. Technically, we have 2.5 inches of clearance over the pan we're currently planning on using. Now, my goal is take that pan, put a deep sump on it, and some baffling. So I left myself an extra 2.5 inches till it's under the frame. So I want to keep the oil pan and everything up higher than the frame rail, so if for some reason we ever slam down or run over anything, you know, the oil pan's not the first thing it's going to hit. So we're tucking it up 1 inch into the frame, and I left myself 1.5 inches to add onto my oil pan, is what I'm trying to say. So if we need to come down a little bit to make all this work better, we can do that. Being up high is not bad. It sucks for cornering, but we're not going to do much cornering with these little tires and this big old engine. But what we will be doing a lot of is straight line acceleration, and getting up a little higher helps it transfer a little easier on the weight. So I'm going to try and leave it up here if I can. We'll lower it a little if we need to. This is the whole point of mock-up, is to figure this stuff out. All right, so there it is. We've got our engine sitting here, and we've gotten a lot of stuff done to it. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but this is a big deal. Imagining things in your head is a lot different than seeing them. So now we'll be able to start putting the engine where we really want it and figuring out how our frame's going to fit and how the firewall is going to need to be cut, where if the seats are going to fit, where my feet are going to go, how the exhaust is going to fit, where the front suspension is going to come out, where the steering rack's going to go. Lots of stuff to do here and figure out still. Yeah, it's pretty cold out here. Thanks a bunch for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.